This segment of the news is brought to you by Smitty's Cards and Coins. Would you like to know what your collectibles are worth? Come by 2281 Postal Road, Unit 4, across from the post office.
And a local resident was arrested for allegedly trying to break into a machine at a car wash on Postal Road. Christopher Ream has been arrested for petty larceny, destroying property of another, and possession of burglary tools. According to the Nye County Sheriff's Office declaration of arrest, deputies were dispatched to the area on Postal Road described as the Wolfenstein's car wash. The reporting party said that a male in a dark-colored Chevy sedan was attempting to break into one of the vending machines. Deputies located the male in a maroon Chevy. They located a crowbar on the floor of the suspect's vehicle. Witnesses also said that they heard the male hitting the vending machine and could see him attempting to open the vending machine with a crowbar before taking off in his vehicle. They also took a photograph which was provided to police. Police say that the photograph and the crowbar matched the description. Ream was taken into custody and transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. It should be noted that Christopher Ream also has a history of thefts and burglary, along with 2 burglary convictions in 2004 and 2011, according to police. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
And a Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue ambulance was involved in a minor collision on the highway Monday.
Nevada Highway Patrol and the Nye County Sheriff's deputies are investigating the cause of a 2-vehicle accident that occurred yesterday afternoon on Highway 160 in front of the Saddle West. The accident was between a passenger vehicle and Medic 2 from Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue. No one claimed any injuries at the time of this accident. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. Emergency workers and volunteers have been scrambling to save the victims of Hurricane Harvey. 14 people have died since the tragedy began. The latest, a veteran Houston police sergeant who drowned on his way to work. 60-year-old Sergeant Steve Perez's body was recovered early today. Perez left for work in the dark about 4 a.m. on Sunday and spent about 2.5 hours driving around trying to get to his duty station before he drowned driving through an underpass. A family of 6 were also trying to escape the flood and are counted among the 14 deaths. 3 days after Hurricane Harvey slammed into Texas, the stubborn, slow-moving storm wreaked more havoc when it caused Houston's Addicks Reservoir to overflow and breached a levee in nearby Brazoria County. Let's see what's happening this week in your courts.
In this week's court report, Daniel Webb was scheduled in Justice Court today for his formal arraignment after being subsequently arrested following reports of a violent shooting that police were dispatched to in the 8400 block of Old Spanish Trail and were told by a reporting party that the suspect, identified as Dan, had a gun and was threatening to kill one of the other parties in the residence. The reporting party also told police there was a third party in the house and they all were fighting. Police detained all 3 individuals and, after investigating, discovered multiple shots had been fired. All subjects were transported to Desert View Hospital. Then, after his release, Webb was taken into custody after it was determined that Webb allegedly held a firearm to the head of one victim and allegedly strangulation also occurred. Webb is facing the formal charges of attempted murder with use of a deadly weapon or tear gas, 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, discharge firearm or other weapon where person might be endangered, battery, strangulation, battery causing substantial bodily harm, and 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance. Webb also has a companion case related to this incident in which he's facing 3 additional charges: domestic battery, possession of a firearm under the influence of alcohol, controlled substance, or other intoxicating substance, and injury to other party less than $250. Webb remains in custody $73,640 cash or bond, and during his first appearance, the prosecution motioned to maintain the bail at that point and requested that the defendant not have contact with the other 2 parties involved while he is in custody or if bail is posted for the duration of this case. The 47-year-old Pahrump woman arrested after allegedly being accused of attempting to lure children into her vehicle at Ian Dortch Park, then allegedly exposing her breast, has been remanded and will be in court tomorrow after recently having her case sent back down to Justice Court from District Court. Shauna Lee Gibbons was present in District Court while in custody for her Lakes Crossing return proceeding. Gibbons' case was remanded back down after District Court outlined the case's history, but no details were made public regarding results of the formal psychological evaluation that Gibbons was ordered to undergo. The defendant is scheduled in court for a pretrial hearing Wednesday morning in Justice Court to answer to the following formal charges: 2 counts of luring a child or mentally ill person, and indecent or obscene exposure, first offense. Gibbons remains in custody, $8,140 cash or bond. This has been your court report. I'm Eunette Gentry for News 46.
Thanks so much, Eunette. Harvey is one of the top 10 most costly storms. Angela Miles reports.
Topping our news, Hurricane Harvey estimates are pouring in. J.P. Morgan predicts Harvey will be in the top 10 of the most costly hurricanes to the insurance industry. The cost could reach $10 to $20 billion. A CNBC report is listing State Farm, Allstate, and Farmers as insurance companies with the biggest market share for homeowners and commercial property insurance in Texas. Most of the damage is coming from flooding. Allstate was among the insurance stocks that sold off on Monday. Home Depot has set up a command center inside its stores in response to the hurricane. Investors snapped up shares of Home Depot and Lowe's on expectations that wood and other supplies will be in big demand as homeowners and businesses try to recover and rebuild in the aftermath of the damage. According to one report, there is some concern that shipments of auto parts coming from northern Mexico could be hampered.
What a tragic story about Harvey and the lives that have been taken. Our condolences to those families. Hopefully there will be relief in the weather and in other areas soon there.
Definitely.
Yes. Stay tuned to News 46. We'll have more local news after this break.